Hey there guys, so I wanted to talk to you about success today and what stops you becoming successful or anybody else on this planet becoming successful. Because the only thing that can stop you becoming successful is you, and all the elements that make up the belief systems that stop you becoming successful are illusory. None of them are real. Most people are living their lives inside of a prison cell, and that prison cell is their minds. They've boxed themselves off and closed themselves in with all of these crazy thoughts and beliefs. You know, you might be there right now, sat in a prison cell watching this video, and I also want you to know that I love you. And being inside of a prison cell doesn't make you a bad person. In fact, you may be sat there inside of a prison cell right now, and you may be freer than 90% of the people on this planet. Because freedom isn't something physical. Freedom is a state of mind. And your mind is deeper than the Pacific Ocean. It's taller than Everest. It's infinite. And your heart is a stargate to the furthest galaxy and beyond. And these can't be taken away from you unless somebody comes and cuts your heart out, which is a possibility because everything's possible. But maybe if someone did come and cut your heart out, it might be the best thing that ever happens to you, because as a human being you're going to lose your form. Doesn't mean you're going to die. And then you'll know who you really are. You'll know your own light in its full capacity as you float back off into the ether and connect with absolutely everything and know it for sure, for real, how free you really are. But whilst you have got your heart and you're sat there inside of your body, your home, the home of your spirit in this lifetime, you may be sat inside of the strongest prison cell in the universe. The walls may be made of space iron, impenetrable, never going to get through. But you can change that. So I wanted to share with you today my views on this prison cell and what this prison cell is like, and use a prison cell as a metaphor. And I've drawn this little diagram, okay? I hope you can see this. So this is the side view of the prison cell, and this is an aerial view of the prison cell, okay? This side view, as you look at it, the floor is made of quicksand and the roof is made of paper, okay? And this is what it's like inside of your prison cell. Let's just focus on the side view for a moment. The paper roof and the quicksand as the floor, okay? Because that's what it's like inside of a prison cell. The one that's inside of your mind. You're inside of this prison cell and you can't get out. And the more you struggle, the thicker the walls become, and the faster you sink into the quicksand, and the more it swallows you up, and the quicker you fizzle away and die in this illusory prison cell. You fade into this world of darkness and you can't get out. And it's unbearable for some people. Now, you've got this paper roof, okay? And it's easy to burst through paper. So even though you're all the way down here, you could jump. Maybe you've got a bed inside of this prison cell. You could climb onto the bed and then jump up, burst through the paper and onto the side of the wall and get out. Maybe that's a possibility. But you know what happens when you take that easy road out? You know what's going to happen? You're going to fall inside another prison cell right next door. Back into the same quicksand with the walls that surround you. Okay? So, jumping through that paper roof isn't an option. Okay? Taking that shortcut isn't going to work this time. Okay? It very rarely does. You know? So, let's look at these walls, this aerial view. Okay, here's you. There's a bird's eye view. Okay? Now, one of these walls is made by society. One of these walls is made by your friends. One of these walls is made by your family. And the other wall is a mirror aspect of yourself. It's you. Okay? And it's these four things that keep you inside of this prison cell. And all of them are illusory. Yeah, you've got friends. Yeah, there's a society. Yes, there's family. And yes, there's you. But what stops you breaking out of this prison cell and you going out into this world and living the most extraordinary version of yourself? It's what you think other people are going to think about you. And your own thoughts about yourself. Now, all of this is bullshit. However, it keeps most of the human race penned down and boxed inside of these four walls, sinking into the quicksand, looking for an easy way out through the paper roof. That easy option, that quick exit, where you're going to fall straight back into another prison cell, surrounded by society, friends, family, and yourself. So the easiest one of these walls to break through is society. Society is the easiest wall to break through. Now, most of us think, well, if I go out into this world and I express myself and I do what I want to do, then people are going to think this about me or that about me. What happens if I become famous and I go on to television and people think I'm crazy, or people don't like me, or people don't love me? These are normal thoughts for the majority of the human race. But the easiest wall to break through is that wall of society, because you don't actually know who society is. So it's easier for you to break through that wall and just go out into the world and do what it is that you want to do, to follow your heart, to follow your passion, to follow that desire, that inspiration, that feeling, that emotion that pulls you and draws you forwards. That spirit within you, that inspiration. It's easy to break through that prison wall and face society and go out into this world. What's a little bit tougher than society is your friends, because your friends are like one step closer to you than society. You know who your friends are, and most people value their friends' opinion. And they go out into this world and they think, well, if I make this decision, will John like me? Will Sarah accept me? Will Jackie think that I'm crazy? So they make some of their decisions based on what their friends are going to think of them. Do you know what? I couldn't give a shit about what my friends think of me. If I gave a single shit about what my friends thought of me, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. As I've gone out into this world and done the things that I've done and moved into the space that I'm in now from the space that I was, lots of my so-called friends have fizzled out of my life because I'm on a different vibration from them. And if I'd have listened to them, I'd have stayed exactly where I was. An alcoholic, a drug addict, a criminal. But that's a completely different life, a completely different space from where I am now. I heal people now. I motivate people now. I love the world now, and I want the world to be a better place. Before, I used to think about me. My ego was in control, that little voice inside of my head. But now I live through my heart. I'm in a completely different space. But I had to decide that I wasn't going to listen to my friends, and I didn't care about what society thought about me. I had to remove myself from my head and come down into my heart and follow my vision to live out my destiny. And that's what you need to do too. That's what you must do, because you came down onto this planet, onto this earth, to fulfill a mission. And it's all of this that stops you fulfilling that mission. Very simple when you break it down, but when you're in the thick of it, most people can't see the wood through the trees. They can't see that it's all this stuff holding them where they are. They blame other people. They blame their past. They blame themselves, their parents, friends, family, society. It's crazy. Once you've burst through the wall of society and the wall of your friends, you've then got the wall of your family to deal with. What are your family going to think of you? Your husband, your wife, your children, your parents, your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents. What are they going to think of you if you step outside of your comfort zone and follow your heart and do all the things that they think that you shouldn't? How are they going to feel? How are they going to think? How are they going to be towards you? This is what stops a lot of people moving forward in life. They've got over the fact that they can go out into society and not care what other people think. They've got over the fact that their friends might disown them. But your family, the parents that made you and created you, the children that you gave birth to and created yourself, the husband or the wife that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. What are they going to think about you? It doesn't matter. You've got a mission to fulfill. You've got to live out your own prophecy. You are a prophet. You came down onto this planet to be something extraordinary, something great, something magnificent. So you have to follow your heart. And again, not give a flying shit about what your family think about you. You've just got to go out there, put your stake in the ground and say, right, this is who I am. This is what my heart's drawing me towards, and I am going to follow my heart. I'm still going to love my friends. I'm still going to love my family. I'm still going to love society with my heart and soul. But I'm going to do what I want to do, because this is who I am. Who are you? Do you know who you are? Listen to this. Don't listen to this. This is dangerous. It's this that's going to keep you locked inside of this prison cell. It's this that's going to keep you sinking and sinking into that quicksand until the quicksand is over your head, until you're here. And then once you get to this stage, you can't even see the walls that you need to break through. Once you get to this stage, you're completely and utterly fucked. So don't let yourself get to this stage. Whilst the quicksand is still here, and your head's above it, and you can see what you need to do, come from your mind down into your heart and move forwards. Take massive action. and do what you need to do to live your largest life, to be the success that you came to this planet to be, to build the business, to have the health, to build the relationships, to travel the world, do whatever it is that you want to do, that your heart is singing out for. And once you've broken through these 3 walls, you may think that you can just run free. Because, 3 of these walls are gone. You may have thought that you could break free after getting through the first wall. You broke free when all 4 walls were around you, when you dived through the paper. You climbed up on that bed and you climbed over through the paper, but you fell back into another prison cell. You have to deal with this stuff. You can't ignore it. Even though it's an illusion, it doesn't really exist. Because the fear is created inside of your minds, by your thoughts, driven by your ego, which is future and past. It's not in the here and now. And it's when you come from here down into your heart that you are present, that you can actually break through these barriers. Now the final wall is yourself. How are you going to do that? How are you going to go out into this world and be you? Because everybody else has told me that I'm this and that I'm that. And that when I grow up, I should be a banker, or I should be a lorry driver, or I should be a policeman, or I should be a doctor. And I should fit into this kind of mainstream system. Get a 9 to 5. Get a house, get a mortgage, run up my credit cards, pay them off at the end of the month and go through it all over again. Work my arse off until I'm 65. Just about pay off my mortgage. Pay back those crooked bankers. And then maybe, just maybe, I've got enough money saved up to just scrape through the rest of my days. And then when I'm 80, I can die. And then I'll be buried or cremated. And the last £5,000 that I saved and I had in my bank account, then maybe that can be used for my funeral and my headstone. Because that's how the game was designed. Do you really want to live out your last days like that? Is that what you want? Or do you want to break free and move out into this world and live a life of freedom? Create for yourself the life that you want, the life that you deserve, the life that you came to planet Earth to fulfill. A destiny that was pre-written into the tapestry of life. Because past, present and future are all one. When you were sat there in the spirit world, you knew what you were coming down to get involved in. And then this little voice jumped inside of your heads. You were a spirit, and you came into this human body, and there you met your ego, and it started to govern your life. And then your parents and society, they told you that you had to be this or you had to be that. You had to be a doctor or a nurse or a banker or a fireman or a lorry driver or a gardener, because that's what your uncles and your aunties did. Well, Uncle Tony was in the army, so you need to join the army too, follow in his wonderful footsteps. Okay, Mum, that's what I'll do then. We need to drop those belief systems, dissolve that conditioning, and start to expand our levels of consciousness. Move into the unknown, step outside of our comfort zone. Fortune favours the brave. Step outside of that comfort zone and move forwards into areas that you've not experienced before. Go and explore. Link your mind to your heart. Once you link your mind to your heart, There are no boundaries. Your mind is like a canvas, and you need to be like a painter. A painter doesn't paint a painting on a dirty canvas. And that's what most of us do as human beings. We've got these thoughts flying around inside of our brains on a conscious and a subconscious level, and we can't control them, or we don't know how to. We've never been taught or learnt how to master our minds. So what we try and do is we visualize and use our imagination to create these incredible lives for ourselves by dropping these thoughts and these images onto a dirty canvas, and without linking our minds to our hearts. So you're setting yourself up to fail from the start. This is why meditation is so important. If you want to live a successful life, you need to learn to empty this. No thoughts, no images, completely empty. And then from that place of space, that place of stillness, you go to work and you paint your work of art. You use your imagination, which is reality, to create the most extraordinary vision for yourself. You then connect that vision with your heart, and boom, it starts to manifest. Life, externally, is a mirror of what's going on inside of you. So create this internal reality as best you can. Einstein said logic will take you from A to B, but imagination will take you everywhere. Imagination is reality. What you see inside of your mind is a reality in a different space. You've just got to align yourself with it. Get on the right vibration. If you listen to the people in society, your friends, your family, and even your own thoughts, you're going to stay locked inside of this prison cell. And that, my friends, is not going to serve you or humanity in the slightest. It's time to break the bonds, to break the shackles. It's time to set yourself free and go out into this world and live the most extraordinary version of yourself. If I'd have listened to all the people that I grew up around, living a life to fuel my own ego, to move from the space that I was in to the space that I'm in now, to remove myself from this prison cell, the same one that most other people are in, and to break down the walls, not jump through that paper roof or get sucked down into the quicksand. I had to face my fears and move towards society, towards my friends, towards my family, towards myself, with zero fear, and do what I wanted to do and follow my heart, to move into the space that I'm in right now, to become a healer and to motivate and inspire other people. Inside of you, your heart is calling you. But the problem is you're in here so much, so you don't hear this calling. So start to meditate. Start to eat clean foods. Eliminate sugar and processed foods and chemicals and fluoride in your toothpaste. Stop drinking tap water. Stop watching the TV, reading magazines and newspapers. These are the basics. You know, the most incredible TV screen in the universe is inside of your mind. Your mind, when it's empty of thoughts, is deeper than the Pacific Ocean and taller than Everest. You've heard me say this before. But you can only explore it thoroughly, properly, and effectively once you've linked your mind to your heart, an empty mind, not a full and cluttered mind, ruled by your ego. Create the vision that serves you. Listen to that spirit within. Be inspired. Follow your heart and move into this world, into a light, into a place where you can fulfill your destiny. Start meditating, exercising, eating clean, bringing light into your body. extraterrestrial light, light from other planets, light from the stars. This light will change your frequency. This light will change you on a level of your DNA. It will allow dormant genetic codes, dormant DNA codes to spring to life and heighten your extrasensory abilities so you can know, so you can feel, so you can see, so you can travel multidimensionally, bilocate, communicate telepathically. You have these abilities, my friend. You are a real Superman or a real Superwoman, a superhuman. And it's time to move beyond this third dimensional reality into the space of infinite possibilities. Move and play in the sea of change and possibility. Not in this third dimensional reality where you're locked into a 9 to 5. Getting a job with a mortgage that you've got to pay off, credit cards. Playing inside the system like a cog as part of the machine. No, you're far greater than that. You are the center of the universe. You are the most powerful human in your world. So start to be that powerful human. Start to be love. Start to live with passion, with purpose, with energy, with vigor. Wake up every day like a rocket ship, waiting to leave a NASA space station for the moon, because you are so pumped about life that you cannot wait to live every single second of every single day. Be your power. Be love. Be extraordinary. Magnificent. Let your light shine out into this world and inspire your fellow brothers and sisters. Follow this and everything will flow perfectly. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but then your perception gets to pick and choose your own interpretation of reality. There's goodness and greatness. There's knowledge. There's wisdom contained in everything. And it's your job to seek it out. It's your mission to be authentic, to be you, the real you, the deep down internal soulful you, the joy, the love, the energy that you are. I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fibre of my entire being. Make this year the best year ever and use it as a springboard to catapult yourself into the esoteric stratosphere, where you live and play in this unified field of love, where you see the patterns, the geometry, the truth in all that is, and not get locked down, pinned down and penned into this third dimensional, limited reality that most people live their lives in. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel now. Keep up to date with all the latest videos, and please share these videos with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones on social media. Email the link to your friends, to your family. Together, we can make this world a better place. No, we can't make this world a better place. We can create an environment where the world and the human population can flourish. And then by default, we will create a better world. teamwork is the key. Individuals no longer prosper. We need to work as a global, unified team, fueled by the energy of love. I love you. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Thank you so much for listening and sharing.